Hey everyone. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen it so far, but if you haven't, yeah, you're not going to believe the headline for this particular article out of CBC News under the business section. Medical marijuana shortages hit some patients as demand surges. Patients experience shortfalls of certain products despite data showing surplus inventory. So, I mean, already just on the headlines, like, oh, you mean the crony corporations and government central planners that you put in charge of the marijuana file are fucking everything up? Really? Ooh, shocking revelation, right? There's a saying, there's a meme that gets passed around on the internet quite often. Have you ever seen it? If government was put in charge of deserts, and that's so truthful. That's a truthful statement. I mean, sounds outrageous, but time and time again, you can see essential planning, control freaks, and sociopaths probably not the best people to put in charge of any file, right? I mean, especially if you care about freedom, liberties, cheaper price, prosperity, accountability, efficiencies. Yeah, putting crooks and the corrupt and the most inept among us in charge of those aspects of whether it's society or the economy. I mean, shocker. Should never be. Should not even be a surprise that it's never going to pan out the way they put forth and present on the main stage or through the media. Let's get down and read a little bit in this article. I just find this hilarious, a shortage. Like I say, ask anyone that don't buy their dope or their medicinal marijuana, and like I said, it doesn't matter if it's CBD oriented that you're the kind you're going to buy, or the stuff that's more for recreational use that's more higher in THC. So they try to make all kinds of different, because there are different strains. But like I say, ask people that buy from the people in the black market or the underground, right? Ask them how many times that they can't find any, how many times they see large shortages. Doesn't happen. It's, unless the particular dude or person or place that you get your weed from was, raided or shut down by the central planning control freaks and their enforcers like the police. Other than that, they're usually very efficient and take care of business. The private sector, the black or gray market, it's seamless, and it's happened. I'm 46 years old, and I remember as a kid in my teens, and 30 years later as a 46-year-old adult, there's never been any time that I can remember where it's friends, neighbors, co-workers, anybody that likes to smoke marijuana couldn't find any. And many different strains and many different potencies and whatever you want to use it for, sativa, indica, no shortage. But as soon as government takes over the industry, or at least attempts to, well, now all of a sudden you're seeing this happen. Like I say, cause and effect correlation? Yeah, it's there. Alexis Brenner's life changed for the better when she discovered that cannabidiol, a compound contained in cannabis, helped her manage chronic pain from endometriosis and fibromyalgia. CBD, once I found it, made a huge difference to my level of function, she said. It's non-psychoactive, so I can be present and available and aware with my kids. I can use that medicine on a daily basis. Although, if there were drug testing, if your workplace had mandatory drug testing, which the Liberals are trying to bring in, or roadside drug testing, which the Liberals, because of the legalization file, are going to bring in, even though it doesn't have that psychoactive pretense that she's suggesting, you would still be considered impaired, right? So, once again, I just wanted to interject that into the conversation. So, a little added caveat for you to think about, to ponder on. Brenner signed up with Health Canada licensed marijuana producer Tweed and started ordering cannabidiol oil, but in early 2017, she hit a roadblock. After using it for a few months, I went to go buy some more, and they were out. And when I called to ask them when it was going to be back, they said, we won't have it for another 6 weeks. And when it does come back, I suggest you buy a few bottles because we don't know how the supply is going to be. like I said, those of you people out there that are buying your stuff privately under the radar, you don't usually find this problem too often, do you? Wonder why that could be, right? Like I say, free market holds everyone to account and keeps everyone on an even keel and accountable, right? If your income relies on you doing what you got to do, well, you're going to do what you got to do. Central planners destroy all that model, destroy all the proper incentives. Brenner isn't the only medicinal marijuana patient to report supply shortages from licensed medical marijuana producers. In some cases, those patients end up turning to the black market to find a reliable source of medication. So like I said, they're basically admitting, so these people are going to have to turn to the black market, which, like I said, it's been around Canada for as long as I've been alive, and no problem, never. So, of course, that's where you should be anyways. Fuck dealing with these, like I say, getting government involved in anything you do is always a bad idea, and it'll always prove to be that way. So, maybe you should wise up, Canada, right? Jamie, who also uses medical cannabis to treat chronic pain, is one of those patients. She was using a high THC strain of dried marijuana from Bedrocan to manage her condition until a shortage prevented her from ordering more. Like Tweed, Bedrocan is a subsidiary of Canopy Growth Corporation. Every time I'd go to place an order and go to look to see if they had it or if they had any new strains, it would constantly be out of stock, she said. After that, said Jamie, I've had to resort to either black market dispensaries or their lower THC strains, which don't do anything. So it's basically wasting money to me. CBC News has agreed to withhold Jamie's last name because she fears losing her Health Canada registration if she identifies as buying illegal marijuana. Illegal, like I said. Anyways, I'm not going to read any more into this. This stuff just, it's I'll laugh if I continue on throughout the whole thing because, like I say, it's just so fucking stupid, man. Why? I don't know why anyone would think it's a good idea to put government central planning control freaks in charge of fucking any industry. Like I say, you might as well just fucking goddamn well beat your head off the wall or fucking shoot yourself in the foot. It would probably be more productive, to be honest with you, than to ask government to take over an industry, especially one as big and rampant that's so entrenched in the population of Canadian. Why would you want that? I don't know. Well, a lot of Canadians probably didn't, but you fell for the narrative, the propaganda that the central planners put forth, presented, right? The Liberals, so when they were run to become the next political masters, your next political rulers, they were all about, hey, vote for us and we'll legalize it. What they were saying is, legalize, that was just the code word for we'll take over. But the Canadian people were like, well, legalize means it sounds good. Sounds good. I'll take it. I'll vote for Liberals, right? How many times do I got to tell you, Canada? Bad idea. Never get central planning control freaks and sociopaths involved in anything, whether it has to do with your social life or economics. The minute you do, yeah, it's that race to the bottom that, trust me, you don't want to compete in. It's Canadian Libertarian. I love liberty.